Hi and welcome to the AA Test Kitchen. Today I'm going to be showing you one of my favourite recipes. These ice creams are so easy when I'm entertaining because I can make them in advance, simply pull them out of the freezer when I'm ready to serve, and because they're ice creams on sticks, there's no washing up. So it's definitely one of my go-tos. So for the filling in these beautiful ice creams, we need a creamy sweet vanilla base. So what I've done is I've whipped up thickened cream, evaporated milk, condensed milk, and vanilla extract. Just those 4 ingredients. The exact quantities are in the recipe on my website and the link is below, so click through to have a look at that. When I make a no-churn ice cream like this vanilla one, that's the ingredients I start with, and then I can add whatever flavorings suit the dish. So I might add some rose water for a Turkish delight type ice cream, but as long as you've got the basic recipe, the world's your oyster when it comes to flavor. I've whipped this up in my KitchenAid, but you could use whatever you've got, a blender, a food processor, a Thermomix, a thermocooker, a bar mix. If you're feeling really keen, get the whisk out. What you're looking for is a smooth, homogeneous, creamy base. So however you get there, go for it. So I've whipped up mine, as you can see here, and it's looking beautiful. But before I pour this in, I need to show you my molds. So these are my silicone ice cream molds and they are my favorite for these kind of desserts. The shape is really cute. Because they're silicone, they're flexible, but they're also naturally non-stick, so the ice cream comes out so easy. And thirdly, they hold the popsicle sticks in place, which is really, really convenient and ensures it's a perfect result every time. So wooden popsicle stick, and you just shove it in the bottom here. Sometimes they can offer a bit of resistance, but just really give it a shove and it's quite robust. Whoop, too far. There we go. And I'm going to make 6 of these ice creams today. I feel like if you're going to get the kitchen dirty, if you're going to get your mixer out, you really want to make more than 3. So 6 is a good number. They'll last in the freezer. So, molds ready. Something I always do is put the molds on a tray first. And the reason I do this is it's really hard to carry them to the freezer without spilling them unless you've got a stable tray. So, highly recommend that. Here is our mixture and we just divide it between our 6 molds. And you want to fill it up so that the ice cream stick is covered. So my 6 ice creams are ready to go in the freezer to freeze for approximately 8 hours or until they're solid. My ice creams have set and now I need to remove them from the molds. So it's simply a matter of pushing up, do this way, pushing up from the bottom and the mold peels away. So it's really easy. And then we push out from the stick. There we go. And there is our cute little ice cream. And I would be very happy eating this just the way it is, but we are going to coat it in crunchy milk chocolate. So pop it out. And what I like to do is I like to pop out all the ice creams first before I temper my chocolate, because once the chocolate is tempered, you don't have that long to work with it because it will set quite quickly. So getting organized is, I think, a real benefit in this recipe. So pop them out, pop them back on your tray, and then put them back in the freezer while you temper your chocolate. Chocolate has tempered, it is beautifully silky smooth. We've added a little bit of macadamia oil just to thin it out. So now is the time you've got to move quick. I've got an oven tray here lined with a baking mat. You can use baking powder. Baking powder? No. Baking paper? Yes. We've got our ice creams back out of the freezer. This is what I do. This is my trick. You need it in a tall, narrow jar like this one. I love this for tempering chocolate, but you can also use like a really tall mug I sometimes use. And once you've found a good one, don't let it go. Keep it as your chocolate dipping cup. Ice cream on the stick. We go in, coat it quickly, back up. Now I let all that run off because otherwise you kind of end up with a really thick coating. I think thinner is sometimes nicer to balance with the amount of ice cream. So let it drip and then, oh, doesn't matter, that's the back. Plonk it down on your baking mat. Now that is gonna set so quickly because of the ice cream is cold. Then we add some toppings. I really like rose petals, but like salt flakes are also beautiful. Get the toppings on now because in a matter of minutes, that chocolate is gonna be set. So keep going. Ice cream, dip it in, kind of get the bottom coated, pull it up. I've got a little unmelted one there, that's fine. Drip the excess off, plonk it down, sprinkle your topping on. And you can even see this one's set now. So really time is of the essence at this point. You can kind of swing it around to get it perfectly coated. There we go, look at that. That is beautiful. These now go back in the freezer just for an hour or so minimum to set the ice cream again and freeze the chocolate. Our ice creams are ready to serve. They've been in the freezer for an hour, but you could leave them in for an hour, a day, a week, a month, and it's this that makes this recipe just so versatile and easy. They look so cute. I just love the Magnum shape. And every time I make these, I get so many compliments, which is really good considering that they are nowhere near as hard to make as what they look. To find the recipe for these, along with where to purchase the molds, head to my website. The links are below. And now all that's left for me to do is enjoy one of my ice creams. That's so good.